Gosh, our mother, the way she trained us, puberty time, pregnancy time. See, beti, at the age of 40, you will enter perimenopause. ये 4 item करना है. Had she given a little hint, a little of preparation, maybe life would have been easy.
So how do we then know that these are some of the symptoms that you're probably entering into that phase?
She's tired, but there's no sleep. You're just 44, 45, very young, but you see your body giving up. You'll not be able to recall many things. We don't even suspect, oh, brain. What do you mean by brain having an issue? You just feel, you feel so vulnerable, tears just roll off.
You use nutrition, you talk about yoga, then you use NLP.
Yoga is very essential, but it is not sufficient for me.
So when they come to you, what is the process like? How do we reach out to you?
And once a person attends a webinar, which I do live every week, we give them membership. First, focus on primary focus on physical health. The second step is the brain. Minimum is 3 months.
Hello and welcome to Khaas Baat with Chetana Belagere. I am Chetana Belagere. Today we have with us a very unique guest, Geetha Mikkilineni. She's come all the way from Hyderabad to my studio. I'm very, very excited to speak to her. She's a social entrepreneur and a certified menopause coach with over 20 years of experience in women's wellness. She specializes in menopause and women's health after 40. She has conducted 500 plus masterclasses and reached over 1 lakh women. She is the founder of Confident Queens Club, India's first structured menopause wellness community, and she is known for her 12 sutras, a framework and a holistic approach to health, mindset and life balance around this age of perimenopause and menopause. So let's talk to her on what her sutras are that she actually is managing to reach out to so many women and actually make them confident queens. Thank you so much for coming all the way from Hyderabad to this place. I'm really, really glad for being on my show, especially this very important series on menopause. So I wanted to not make it a very negative thing, which is also your intention. And that's why we call this season her new season.
Wow.
So
nice.
It's a new beginning for her, right? Like
very
how
true.
You do the puberty. So that's why the series, I think, is a very important one for both men and women. And thank you so much for joining us all the way from Hyderabad. So how are you?
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Chetana. When this idea propped up and in the conversations you told me, I was thinking, yeah, this is the best way to reach out to more and more people, because we lack awareness about this. Otherwise, It's absolutely an amazing journey. And the second season, the second innings or new spring, whatever, these are the nice names which we can relate to.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So the first thing, tell me, how did a finance professional become a India's probably only menopause coach? It's totally different scenario, right? I mean, how did you actually get into this?
See, way back in 2018-19, I was feeling tired. And I never realized why I'm withdrawing. So vibrant, enjoyed doing a lot of things. All of a sudden I started withdrawing. And then most of the time, aise hota hai. After a while, when kids grow up and then you will see, you want to change jobs and all of that. I spoke to my fitness coach, Milan Matthew. Very amazing guy. Geetha, do something for women. He literally laid the seed for me. Till that, try and do something for women and you will resonate. I told, yeah, finance is amazing for me. I can do it. And when I spoke to women around the age group of 45, 47, oh God, nobody was interested in listening to me. I was really surprised. I thought, oh, paise kamana hai, chalo. They'll be interested. They'll queue up for me. It did not happen that way. And when I was talking to them, you know what, Geetha? I'm battling knee issue. I have no sleep for the last 4 days. One lady was telling, my connection with my husband is gone. My children don't resonate with me. And these were the words I heard from most of them. And money was their last priority. So when I went back and started working on this, see, I was also undergoing the same thing, but I did not know what and all. My sister was a doctor by profession, told, hey, this is called menopause. She actually, we told our moms how menopause chal raha hai and all of that, but did not know exactly experience or what's going to happen, how it's going to be. And that is when I started my journey. Thanks to Milan, actually.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
So, tell me one thing, from this show, whoever is watching this show, what will you tell them differently that a doctor, you said your sister gave you the word menopause, but then you went beyond that word and you did a lot of research. I mean, I can see that in your sessions, I've watched your videos. You've done amazing research on this. So, in this, the podcast that they're going to listen to today, in our podcast, what is it that you're going to tell them differently that a doctor hasn't told them?
I would like to quote Sudha Murthy here. Menopause is not an illness. Menopause is not a disease. I really loved when she told this. Yeah. And that was vetted by my sister. She told me we never studied menopause during our MBBS. Maybe a chapter, maybe 3-4 hours. Like puberty, it is a phase in women's life. And that actually caught my attention. Oh my, so true she is. And then the journey started off that it is nothing to do with medical treatment as such. Okay. Yes, it will become a medical issue a little later if I ignore. The first step for me to become a menopause coach, I was really, really surprised when I was doing my homework. We can become a menopause coach because you're going to understand the whole system. It's just not fertility and reproductive system. Yeah. It's beyond that.
Correct. So, unfortunately, I think in India, that's what it is connected to. Like, the reproductive system and your periods and then your menopause. That's all. Like, yes. These three are probably the only words that you hear. But tell me something, normally what happens is when we talk about menopause or perimenopause, which is now a word which we commonly hear, all of this begins only at the age of 40, 50. We start talking about it also very late. How important is it for us to start talking about it much, much earlier? And when I say earlier, what is the age that you are looking at?
Bang on. This is bang on. Many of us think menopause dur ki baat hai.
Yeah, very true.
It's like far off.
Yeah.
The doctors also tell, don't worry, menopause will come much later. And she's absolutely right. What happens much before menopause is called perimenopause. And when does a lady enter that phase? Is somewhere around 38 to 40. She starts seeing very subtle symptoms. It's not about periods like the way you told. Absolutely not about the periods. About the estrogen drop. A clear indication that she's stepping into a perimenopause, which is the most crucial of the menopause journey. 38, 40-ish, you will see.
What are the symptoms? When you say symptoms, what is it that actually, like, see, it's very clear cut in the menopause stage. You know that, 1 year of no periods, that means that you've reached your menopause. But here we're talking about perimenopause and you're saying estrogen drop and we don't really go around checking for our estrogen levels. True. Right? So how do we then know that these are some of the symptoms that you're probably entering into that phase?
Okay. For all the ladies who are watching this, have no idea about how to go about, I'll give you a small, indications where we can look at. The first primary indication is you will see your energies drop. What you used to do previously with ease, you will see a slight energy drop. The second slight symptom, there are actually 39 perimenopausal symptoms.
Oh, wow.
39
of them.
39? Yes.
How many are we talking today? At least few, I will touch maybe yes. Some 5, 10 can
yes. You will. The moment I'll reel out for you. It will be so many.
Okay.
And then you will. The same lady who's seeing a drop in the energy levels starts noticing sleep.
Absolutely.
Major. Arey yaar, why am I waking up at 2 a.m. and 3 a.m.? She's tired, but there is no sleep. Biggest indication. The third biggest indication, you're just 44, 45, very young. in your career or taking care of the family, but you see your body giving up. Why is my neck tight? Why am I experiencing frozen shoulder, knee pain? These are like, 60s ke baad aata hai, normally.
Yeah.
This is one more major indication. And the most powerful, the brain. We don't even suspect. We don't even suspect, oh, brain. What do you mean by brain having an issue? You stop, you'll not be able to recall many things. Small, small things you start forgetting. This is called brain fogging or cloudy thinking.
Yeah.
You just like, Are yaar, where is my car keys? Are, where is my, mobile? These are small things which you notice and you brush aside. You don't even relate to that. And the flip side is emotional imbalance. You just feel, if you feel so vulnerable, tears just roll off. Small issues in the house, you just cannot take it. What has happened to me? You keep wondering in between. I know many ladies will tell, पता नहीं क्या चल रहा है. I don't know, या क्यों आता है दो. Periods एकदम regular. So they don't even suspect
Correct.
that this is happening. Maybe they will relate to children growing up, stress at home. They brush aside these symptoms because, like the way you told, who will look into estrogen and check? And like puberty, Chetana, I think I must highlight this thing. Our mom did not take us to a gynecologist. When will my daughter hit puberty to get a blood test done?
Correct.
It's a natural process.
Yeah.
I feel even perimenopause, you don't have a specific blood test to tell, hey, next summer you will hit menopause. It's not there. So if you ask me, it is a journey from anywhere between 2 years to 10 years. You will be experiencing these things. You're in a perimenopause stage.
Okay. So do you see that, in your research, have you found that Indian women look at it very differently than, and the experiences they have are culturally, traditionally, any different, even the matters that we brush aside than the West? Like, in the West, do they look at this in a very different way? And in India, have you seen that difference? Maybe the symptoms are the same, maybe the experiences are the same, but the way they address it, the way they deal with it, are they different? I mean, have you seen that? Because you deal with more than 1,500 women in your community, right? You have
8,500.
8,500. Oh, wow. Fantastic. Okay.
8,500.
Yeah. So,
yes, yeah.
So more than 8,500 women you deal with. So, have you seen that kind of
Yeah.
because you have clients abroad as well. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Way different. The symptoms, the similarities of the symptoms, the experiences are the same, but the way we approach menopause is completely very different.
Can we explain how do they look at it?
Yeah. Cultural setup, a huge difference.
Okay.
Cultural setup. When it's cultural setup, you're talking about mom-in-law, you're talking about husband, you're talking about children. She's not able to share and talk at all here.
Correct.
Menopause wo kya hota hai? What does that mean? I also went through and I never experienced this. That's how mom and a mom-in-law will tell the lady. She is not able to talk to anybody, and the sad thing is we don't know where to go and talk and discuss.
Correct. That's very
The environment is not there.
Yeah.
And if I go and tell, hey, look, I'm not interested in sex. Hey, look, I'm not interested in taking care of the family. Antara, I want to go out and run away. People will suspect me. So what I do as a lady, we keep quiet. We keep quiet and trying to see what can I do? Where can I take the break? Because one is she herself does not know what is happening inside. The support that is coming, we cannot blame anybody. And again, let me tell you, all of us are in the same boat on understanding menopause. Mother, mother-in-law, husband, children, everybody is in the same boat like the lady they're experiencing.
True.
I keep telling in my community, Kash, our mother, the way she trained us, puberty time, pregnancy time. See, बेटी, at the age of 40, you will enter perimenopause. ये 4 item करना है. जिंदगी, life will become like this. ये तरह मार कमा, be like this. Had she given a little hint, a little of preparation, maybe life would have been easy.
I think that awareness is what we intend to create at Khaas Baat today, because even the women of that age are probably our mothers. They themselves don't know and didn't know what was going around with them, and they're also probably still suffering. So it's better that they also get awareness. So that's our humble attempt to even ensure that they do get awareness on this issue. Absolutely.
So taking on this point, Chetna, so I tell all the women in the community, it's just not taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Create a legacy. Your daughter tomorrow, your daughter-in-law tomorrow must know how to manage herself and prepare the family and the environment. And it's going to be super smooth once they are aware.
Yeah, very true. So, when we were discussing, you said a lot of things that women tend to do in this age, which is actually not really, probably was not really needed. Some of the dangerous things, I don't want to call it dangerous. Maybe some of the things that probably could not have led to that. If you had known that this is all because of your perimenopause or your menopause, and that is why this is happening to me, or if the surrounding people around me knew that, then they wouldn't have done that. So what are few of things that you have come across with your clients that they do this?
So let me compare between the West and here. So you will see, okay, we're in a better situation. In the West, when I did my board certification, most of the solutions when I came back and tried to implement here did not work. For the simple reason is they're battling alcohol issues, drug abuse, relationship abuse. The kind of environment they are is much, much different when compared to the situation here.
True.
So when I came back, it was more to do with self-awareness, confidence about myself, the way I look at myself and the body. And I don't feel like, because weight gain is a very predominant symptom during perimenopause. And when these are all happening to us, I want to shy away from that. I want to shy away. I want to withdraw. I want to come out. I'm looking at an alternative. When I'm looking at an alternative, I only blame. Maybe my children are growing up and they don't understand. In India, I think most of the time we don't connect to menopause because of the environment. Why is my husband not connecting with me? Children are growing up, board exams, that stress is, or is it the work deadlines? All of these take priority. And hey, something is happening within me and I must start taking some action. Does not occur to us.
Reason that we push dealing with this also much to many people don't even deal with it. I think they just let life happen. And I've heard that majority of people take their major decisions of life around this time, which probably is not something that they should have done, or they could have done differently, right? So do you have such examples?
Many, many. Hey, Geetha, you know what? I divorced my husband at the wrong time. Tears are rolling and they want to forgive themselves. And they feel very, very difficult. I'll tell you my own case. I had no idea that I have to handle my child like this. When I saw my son go away from me, even at the slightest of doubt, hey, it is my perimenopause symptom. I was only looking at, hey, why is this boy not doing well? Is there something wrong in my parenting? Is there something wrong in the way I'm bringing him up? Am I not concentrating on the child? These were the issues I was trying to handle, but never thought, step back and look at yourself.
Wow.
It is hard. See, the damage is done. And it took a while. And like this, I have umpty cases.
So I think all of these divorce cases that we see, and then changing your job, suddenly you quit your job, you resign from
high profile jobs. Like one fine day, I've resigned. And why? You know what? My kids. You know what? My husband. These are the reasons. Or somebody's not well at home. Support aging mom. These are the things. And actual reason is perimenopausal symptoms.
So you're saying that you could have managed all of those things, yeah, if you had understood that this is just perimenopause, and how do you
Yes.
deal with that?
Yes.
So how important are emotions? Like, because everybody talks about symptoms, right? You know, we see the hair falling, we see the like you said, low libido, we don't have interest in sex, we don't want to do something, so you snap at everything. These are some, these are the
Yes.
symptoms or reactions that you see. But what's happening inside emotionally? What is it that we are actually going through?
Yeah. I think I should quote Dr. Lisa Mosconi to all of y'all. She was the first neuroscientist who came out with the research in 2019 to tell, hey, look, estrogen drop is impacting the periods as important as it's also affecting the performance of the brain. The brain aging for women transitioning into perimenopause begins at that point of time. Like around 40s, you will start seeing the performance of the brain come down.
Okay.
It's called mental fatigue. She uses the term mental fatigue. For thousands of years, women did not resonate and relate to this. It was a bulb on for me.
Wow.
Quickly, I could connect when she told. And when I went deep inside in understanding what exactly happens to the brain, I have beautiful images of her research, how the brain volume, the structure, the way it receives, everything transforms from perimenopause to postmenopause. So much of research she has done in making us understand that, look, don't ignore one of the most powerful organ of the human body, the brain. And you'll see the way it impacts on your emotions, the way you handle, the way you take action. We all want to lose weight, but not interested.
That's why, I've seen that you use multiple techniques, if I can call that. You use nutrition, you talk about yoga, then you use NLP. I was like, I have done my neuro-linguistic programming, so I also understand there's a lot of brain connection. But, for me to understand menopause and this is something which is like two distant things. So how do you do that? And actually, does it need so many approaches to this?
Yeah. Let me go a little deep into this. When the estrogen drops, periods are irregular, a given and known. Uh, as much as it impacts your reproductive system, it impacts your bones, your skin, your hair, your nails. Every cell in the body is impacted. So is the liver and the brain.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, when the brain is not able to receive the receptors are not able to get the estrogen hormone, it starts deteriorating. When I tell deteriorating, the ability to respond, the ability to behave the way the brain behaves deteriorates because of the energy levels dropping. And in her research, she beautifully explains there is a 30% drop in the energy levels of a lady transitioning into perimenopause vis-a-vis men. So my brain aging has started at the age of 40 with a drop in the estrogen, whereas for men, it's happening at the age of 70 when their testosterone hormone is dropping. See the difference.
The gap.
And what are we doing for that? Nothing. Okay, let me go for yoga, let me do a little meditation. That is what we're doing. None of us are looking at, hey, the brain aging is happening. Can I reverse? Can I do something? You go for diabetes reversal, thyroid reversal, weight. You run to every, knee replacement. All of these we do. But for the brain, we're not concentrating at all. Thanks to, I have beautiful mentors like Ashlesh Rao and Monica. These people have literally helped me to understand, hey, there is a technique wherein you can adopt to how the brain functions. The body becomes stiffer during perimenopause. So does the brain. Vision becomes narrow, tunnel vision. So I tend to forget things. I am not able to recall certain important dates. I'm not able to manage my emotions better. It's because it is getting narrow, like, fatigued. Brain is getting fatigued. And the techniques which we adopt, and that's where we differ from the West.
Okay.
I'm not looking at medication here.
Yeah,
right?
that's what my next question was that, now then how do we do it? Because you're on one hand, we're talking about estrogen dropping, which obviously, how do you replace it? By giving estrogen maybe by
Yes,
hormone
yes,
replacement
yes.
therapies. But if you're saying we're not using medication here, then how are we actually doing it with
Yeah.
NLP or any
So,
other technique?
yeah, two ways. Process one, anxiety, depression, all of these are happening. I switch to antidepressant tablets, sleeping pills to manage. That's one way of looking at it, which is very, very predominant, very common. You will see at least 1 in 10 ladies going in this direction. The other way is start working on the brain using powerful techniques like cognitive behavioral therapies, neurolinguistic programming, wherein you allow the brain, the neurons in the brain, to work the way you want. And these techniques were a lot of research, around 3.5 years. Thanks to Dr. Lisa Masconi, who really sowed the seed for all of us. Hey, you can look at this way. So there is here what I do is we've come out with a structure exclusively for the brain.
Okay.
With regard to emotions, with regard to anger, why do I lose temper for no reason? What is the technique I need to adopt? So, how do I generate a new behavior? Like, I've given up my job, I'm not focusing on my health. Now, I want to develop certain new skills and work on myself. You take NLP, new behavior generator, is a very powerful technique. How do we adopt on that? And these are not rocket science. It's so easy to adopt. It's only thing is we need to coach ourselves and train ourselves.
So you do this in your
Yeah.
coaching programs. In your
Yes.
community, you actually do this kind of
Yes,
thing.
it is like full on. Shall I give you some how ladies have adopted
Yeah,
these
please. Because,
techniques?
from what I've understood, all this anxiety and all that, it gives it kind of negative talk to yourself. Right? Keep doing this, lot of this negative talk, when something like this happens, even your weight gain for that matter. So, yeah, I would love to hear some
Yes,
of the
yes.
stories.
Okay, I've got back to my profession. I'm feeling really good. But we'll keep my example
Yeah,
aside.
correct. Yeah.
There are ladies in the community who are complaining about giving up job and taking care. Now, when they start adopting the menopause brain, we call this as a menopause brain, where a lot of techniques inside we adopt and do it. They've come out to such an extent. You know what, Geeta? I want to learn something new. There are ladies who have gone into stock trading. There have gone ladies who have gone into therapies, become healers. There are many ladies who have also looked at becoming like they have a skill inside, like baking and parenting. All of these, they knew, like the way you told in the beginning, you start your next innings, the next season. These are the beautiful examples. There's so many ladies who have cracked that myth that I cannot do. And this is from the financial side. Look at the other side, trekking, going on treks. Initially, it is like I may have to land up like my mom in the knee replacement, but the kind of learning that takes place in the brains, the kind of connections we develop through these techniques, they explore newer areas. Going for treks, learning Zumba, exploring, oh my God, it is a treat to see these ladies perform.
What are some of the common, limiting beliefs that we have at that age? Because, when you enter perimenopause, there are some beliefs, especially in Indian women, we have certain set beliefs, right? So, what are some of the common ones that you hear mostly?
Hmm. Yeah. One is the challenge of understanding menopause. Now that you understand and you want to take action, I hold on to some very, very strong beliefs. Maybe because of the conditioning we have been brought up and the way environment, uh, I'm not capable. I cannot go out in public and do certain things. I cannot learn a new skill now. I like to drive, but I cannot drive. I don't know. Uh, I want to get back to my 30s body, but I don't think so. So many things we put on ourselves. See, the environment is doing, now that you know it's not the environment and something we should do. When it's time for me to take action, many ladies stick on to that strong beliefs like, hey, I don't think so. I cannot speak English and I cannot sell. Or I'm not confident in talking to my husband, or I want to do this thing. Because coming from that kind of a background, with these techniques, the menopause brain, which we discuss, they break these beliefs.
Really?
These limiting ones, they become so empowered. I think this is a win for most of the ladies.
And how many, does it take a kind of time that, you have like a time frame that, or is it just that you snap out of it and then, because sometimes for me that has happened, like, I would have thought of something and I would have held back and said, no, this is not for me, this is not for me. But then I just snap out of it in one go for something or I've read or something I've heard. Can that happen, or does it like, is it like a process that you have seen that goes through?
The shift happens when you're in the right environment.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think that's why being in the community is important, right?
Yes.
Because here I'm sure with, over 1 lakh women is what, you've kind of touched their lives and changed their lives.
Yes.
So how important is it to be in this community?
What I do is, this is good for all of you all to understand that being in an environment where other ladies resonate with you. Like, hey, she's also talking the same pain point like me. She's also talking about mother-in-law. She's also talking about job. So when you resonate and talk to people, it doesn't seem difficult. It doesn't, it's hey, it's doable.
And I'm not the only one.
I'm not the only one who's suffering. It is doable and in a fun way. The moment they get into that environment, action becomes easy. It becomes normalized. I would like to emphasize this very, very strongly to Chetana and to all the people who are watching here, is there are certain non-negotiables when it comes to menopause. When I tell non-negotiables, the moment I step into perimenopause, ये 4 item करना ज़रूरी है.
Okay.
Very essential. See, we know that anxiety ho raha hai, we know sleep is an issue, but we're not going to take any action. Then we go into that, like, I know, next step is medication.
We make reels out of, we put status messages. Neend nahi aa raha, 3 o'clock ko I'm awake. At least I do that.
True,
so please tell me what I should do.
True. Yeah, we recognize the status, we recognize what is happening, but we don't want to take step forward. Now, this is the exactly point where a community comes into place for you to take action. When a community comes into it, we have a process.
Okay.
Oh, when you hit perimenopause, ये 4 items करना ज़रूरी है. Like, of course, food plays a very essential role. Food and your exercise, again, they are non-negotiable. The time you sleep. You wait for your family. You're the last person to sleep. It's going to disrupt to a great extent. And somewhere, Indian women can do for everybody everything. खुद के लिए करना है, time नहीं है. So now it's like we literally tell them, hey, morning, maybe 45 minutes, maybe half an hour. It's very, very important. And here I want to step in and tell you, don't feel bad if I'm using this statement. Yoga is very essential, but it is not sufficient for menopause women.
Okay.
80% of women who are transitioning into menopause think they're doing yoga and everything is going to, like magic, everything will be all right. And still we battle knee pain, still we battle emotional imbalance. Simple reason is shift the way you're doing exercise. One takeaway, again, like a non-negotiable, is at least hafte mein 2 days strength training or resistance training. What happens to the neurons, what happens to the estrogen receptors is they get activated. Like the brain, the muscle also helps the performance of the brain.
Okay.
Good muscle quality, you will see the way you're behaving. Even your body, the body posture will change for you. And the confidence will automatically come. So, exercise, not walking and not yoga. Please do it because you enjoy it and you love to do it. Strength training, non-negotiable. Eating good food, sleeping on time. These are few things. Very, very important. And you can do it today. Start from today. And like the way we were discussing the other day, what are the sutras? Yeah.
So that's what, my next question was that, because, when I, what I really liked is, first of all, the word sutras, you're using the word sutras and you have 12 sutras that is, in your coaching that you do, you use these 12 sutras. So what are these? First of all, why this word sutra? What does it mean here in this context? And also, if we can at least touch upon few of it that you actually talk about in your program.
Yes. Yeah. I very deeply rooted and connected to Ayurveda and yoga. I really like, and that's the best part of being a menopause coach in India. You have a powerful system already here,
Correct. Very true.
right? We are the kind of access we have to our kitchens is still not polluted like the West, and the cultural variety we have. So somebody staying in the north, somebody staying deep down in Kerala or uh, Bengali or any of these like across the country, we have our culture. So keeping that culture in place, we have developed a very powerful 12 step or 12 sutras, I love to call like the Hateful Sutra, a daily rituals, a process which can be adopted and done comfortably at home. Certain things like breathing,
Okay.
cardiac breathing, very, very essential.
Is it how different is it? Like, is there a technique to do it, or
Yeah,
can we show the?
yes.
First, you will tell all the
Yes,
things,
we'll
and
tell.
then we'll.
So
Okay.
one is breathing, very important. Since vitamin D impacts the bone, again, sun becomes very essential. Exposure to sun. We don't want to have medication. And then the third very nice thing which I have, I thought it's good is the kitchen. Excellent kitchen. All the herbs in the kitchen, we can use it for menopause. Whether it is shatavari, whether it is jeera, your cinnamon, you pick up any of the herbs, you can adopt into the system here. That is one nice thing which I bring it as a sutra. And for Indian, not Indian, menopausal women, following intermittent fasting of maybe 12 hours, 14 hours is a good thing after they cross your 40s.
Especially inflammation related.
Yeah,
things,
gut and because the estrogen is also an anti-inflammatory hormone, so that is dropping. So you'll see having gut issues, digestion problems, bloating issues, and gas issues. For them, what I recommend is a 12-hour, 14-hour, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. kind of a thing. Very easy to manage. So that kind of a discipline is essential. It also falls into the 12 powerful sutras. Sleep, again, a non-negotiable. So don't be the last person to sleep.
Yeah.
So I have a small ritual to follow before going to bed. So what is that is the estrogen drop does not control the cortisol is a stress hormone. So when this hormone is high, the melatonin does not get released. So your body is super tired. But when you hit the bed, the eyes are, you're not getting sleep. So to reduce the cortisol, in the West, I really liked when they told chanting, mantra chanting is the best way.
And West told this.
West, yes.
My God.
I went in, like, we're doing osteoporosis and yoga research for 5 weeks. And when they told, follow the Indian system of chanting, I was like super, super happy then. So do at least a minute or two if you don't want breathing, chanting. So instead of sitting in the God's room and chanting, I will tell all the ladies, please do that before going to bed. It's going to induce your sleep because it reduces
Chanting
the cortisol.
anything that they
Yeah, whatever you would want to chant.
Okay.
Do that same chanting. It is like a breathing technique. So chanting is very good. Lukewarm or hot showers just before going to bed mellows down the cortisol. So melatonin gets kicked in. That's one. And one nice herbal concoction.
Okay.
Nice concoction. Whatever flavor you want, whatever herb you would want to try. One concoction. Aram says, settle down, hold the mug, sip, chant, and then relax. This ritual, I think every single lady must adopt. Sleep is the best hack for brain to perform. So if you want your brain to be functioning at its highest peak, sleep is a must. So it is literally energizing itself when we are sleeping. So for that to happen, I need to follow a ritual. Come what may, jump into the bed on particular time. So you will not get sleep, but the brain will start understanding she's retired. Right?
Yeah.
So sleep is one important thing. Concoctions at herbs. Then one is the sun. Too good. Intermittent fasting, very, very essential. And one nice thing is bring in colors.
Okay.
Bring in colors to the food. When somebody asks me, I can't eat raw food. It is difficult. Digestion is a problem. So I give them a small hack. How much food can you eat? Raw or colored food? 2% of your body weight must be raw food.
Oh, okay.
2%. When I tell raw food, your sprouts, your nuts and seeds, it's just not fruits and vegetables. You bring in all of these categories. Your prasadam, your sundal, all of those. They just boil, that's it, right? So bring in these kind of things. 2% of your body weight is a good hack to follow. It definitely works. So these are small changes which you're bringing in to replace estrogen. So this will give you a, a kind of, I because most of us keep telling to ourselves, as I age, I should not be like my mom. I don't want knee replacement. I don't want to be on medication. I want to be independent. Start now at the age of 40s. Early 40s is the best thing. Bring in the small sutras, a little discipline, and your menopause journey is going to be the best phase of your life. And one nice thing I want to tell you is, once the perimenopause journey is done, and when you hit postmenopause, you will see amazing energy in yourself.
Clearly.
Amazing. You see, check with your own daughter and son how close they are to your mom than to you. Because she becomes wiser, she's more smarter and intelligent. The estrogen drop, and once it's picking up, sorry, when the body is renovating and coming up, you will see the whole system getting renovated. It's just not the second season outside, even internally. The body has readjusted itself. It's like complete renovation of your physical body. So in that perimenopause, you're smart. Bingo.
Okay, so
You
that's
can.
when you have to hang on and learn these sutras to actually
Yes.
hang on there,
Yes,
I
the
think.
10 years.
Yeah.
Very, very essential. There is where families break. There is where jobs. Now everything happens there. Hang on there.
Okay, okay. So, do you also manage? I mean, in your community, when you talk or in your coaching, when you do this perimenopause and menopause coach, do you even talk about anger issues? Because I've seen a lot of people, women especially, you know, either women are very angry at themselves or they're very angry with the outer world for
Yes.
they suddenly start feeling that I was denied this, I have been betrayed. So, suddenly, this whole conscious things come into your mind that okay, now you're aware of all of this and you're very angry with either yourself or with outside. So do you get such women and do you
Yeah.
have these things
Yes.
dealing with?
Yeah. Today morning is lady. You know what, Geeta? I think I was very patient. Now I've become impatient. And for small things, I'm getting annoyed. And I don't know why I'm yelling at all of them around. Or people are taking advantage of me. Self doubt also starts
Yeah.
coming. Yes, anger is one of the two kinds of anger. One anger, like the way you told, outside.
Outside, yeah.
One anger inside.
Yeah.
So both of them are not good, and it is very experienced by most of us, and the trigger points are very fast. Like again, the brain is not having the ability to receive and do things. So what we do is, of course, breathing, chanting, all these are excellent, but we do anchoring techniques.
Okay. Okay.
Anchoring techniques of Richard Brander's techniques of how do I anchor a particular uh, emotion, either a sad emotion, I'm angry inside and I'm sad, or a very frustrated emotion from external. So we do a lot of NLP submodalities where anchoring is trained. We are trained to do. So in the community, I do special classes, special live sessions for the community members, exclusively for anger, for emotions. We could show off all of those. Anger is one, guilt is one, shame and sadness. These four emotions are, we embrace them very fast during
Yeah.
perimenopause. So these four emotions, we train how to apply filters, how to use a neurological frames to manage them. So there are many ladies who have stopped taking antidepressant tablets. They've stopped going to deeper medication. And there's one lady who was like, I did not understand my potential because I was thinking I'm down. I have to rest of my life. I'm going to be like this. So she's reviving her skills now and going out and out.
Fantastic. I think that's a great thing. My next question is something very the very name of your community, your club, what you call Confident Queen Club. So you have two positive things there already. One is confident, another is queen and club. And then it's like so. I really fell in love with this name. Okay, and of course, it is very obvious also that you're calling yourself confident once you're part of this club itself, and then you're calling yourself the queen as well. So, what really happens here in this Confident Queen Club?
Yeah. When the girl hits puberty, princess aa gayi hai, right? So she's celebrated. Everybody is having like we declare to the world, "Meri beti aa gayi" and all of that, and it is celebration. Everybody's around us. The environment changes. When the same girl hits second puberty or second season, nothing. She becomes a queen after marriage. But at that point of time when she really needs the same support, the same help, the same environment, she's all alone, standing there, the crossroads. Should I step out of my job? Should I step out of the relationship? How do I deal with myself? People around me are not connecting with me. She's there standing. That's where my mentor was telling, it's just not about physical health, Geetha. You have to work on everything for them. So they should not only take care of their physical health, emotionally get stronger, become more confident, because from perimenopause to the rest of their life, 1/3 of our life we're going to be there. Let's assume at 45, 50, you're there till the age of 80, almost 30, 35 years is just going in drain. So that's why you're going to handle a crucial part of their life. So make them confident. They're already queens. Make them confident queens. That's when in the conversations with him, he told it's not like health club or something or a menopause club. Make them confident queens.
So what? So when they come to you, like what is the process like? How do we reach out to you, and how many is it? Like a 3 months, 1 year, 3 hours. So what really? How does this function?
Yeah, nice. This is a beautiful like what now that I know menopause, what is next, right?
Correct.
Yeah. What I do is this is a lifetime journey for us from perimenopause to postmenopause. I'm not going to come out of menopause. Either I'll be in peri or till the death I'll be in post. So in this whole journey, support, care, and sisterhood play a very key role. And once a person attends a webinar, which I do live every week, we give them membership.
Okay.
This membership is lifetime.
Okay.
Still the rest of I'm alive or whatever, we're there in the system. So they step in. We start off in 3 ways. First, focus on primary focus on physical health. Okay, fix my shoulder pain, fix my knee pain, all of those things, or weight loss, weight gain issues. Once they take care of this, the second step is the brain. There I go full on to work on them. So we have developed modules and frameworks on how to manage anger, how to manage emotional imbalance, how do I get back my confidence. I want to become an action taker. How to take care of my mental fatigue. Can I reverse the brain energy levels? So all of this is a process. So it's an ongoing journey. Minimum is 3 months. But you have to dedicate 3 months. And once a routine is in place, you can continue. And why I talk about lifetime membership in the community is by staying connected, you're not off the wagon. So even if the environment around you is changing, you can come back here. It's a very nice place.
So all of this can happen online.
Yeah, everything is online. That's why Confident Queens Club is the only online community in India.
Oh, okay.
Only I have
For
not
menopause.
seen, yes, for menopause. People can step in, they will have solutions for physical health, mental health, everything we package them. You know what, Chetna, I want to literally tell what's happening here. You do retreats. People go and attend sales workshops, workshop to lose weight, workshop to learn a skill, right? Growth Summit for Menopause. Growth Summit for Menopause, an annual retreat for menopausal women. We do it within the community. Every year for 3 days, we all meet up, know more about the latest in menopause, listen to success stories of women who have transformed, listen from experts, and take action. It is like they come, let go, make friends. How many of us make friends after 50? मुश्किल है ना?
Very, very difficult.
And you said, I don't know whether I talk to my relatives, I talk to my confident queens. No, they have become friends. And now we do city meetups also. Annual meetups happen once a year. City meetups, Pune as a group, Delhi as a group, Patiala as a, Punjab as a group, Bangalore as a group, Hyderabad as a group. So I go every state, and all the ladies in that community, in that particular state, we do a group. So they meet up on a monthly basis, exchange. They come as facilitators, they share stories. It is amazing to be in this community.
You also do master classes, right? So what happens here in this?
Yeah. What's the master class on menopause? So these are for a person who has absolutely no idea. She's just crossed 40, 44, 45, or she has undergone hysterectomy at a very young age and doesn't know how to go about, or hit post-menopause, no awareness. In any of these categories, it's not about the age, it's about the stage of menopause you are in. Step in this free masterclass which I do, understand and know, okay, these are the things I should know about menopause and these are small steps I should take. So in this free masterclass, I do an awareness program. It's almost for 90 minutes. And from that awareness program, they step into the membership.
Okay.
And once they step into the membership, it is not even the cost of maybe a gram of gold. It's so nominal which we take. But the experience of being here and taking care, the awareness, it is a game changer.
And you're available at all the points, whenever they have these meets and all that, you're also
Yes,
there too.
I drive the live sessions. I feel, I think it is, yes, I think now I resonate with this so much. When my mentor told me, this is your spiritual calling, I did not understand. But for the last 4 years, I think I'm just a channel sitting here and doing some things. It is a spiritual calling.
Are there any, like you said, you have certain sutras to actually follow and do some rituals like that. Is there any reading that women can do around this time that really gives them some benefit? So are there some books or something that you suggest that they should read?
Yes. Menopause Brain by Dr. Lisa Mosconi. I think everybody has to invest in that book. It is, you will understand, hey, so many things can happen, the biggest organ in the brain. That's one nice book. Wanda Bright, her Unbreakable, her book on muscle mass and bone health, how to stay away from knee replacements, frozen shoulder, ankle injuries, falls and fractures in future. She is great. Her book is one very nice one. And I'm also a part of the British Menopause Society and the International Menopause Society. So we get the latest in the research. I would like to touch upon this point, which is not very popular in India: hormone replacement, the menopause hormone replacement therapy. Um, it is developed to a great extent. It comes in the form of pumps, like a patch, like a band-aid patch, which you can apply, or a spray, not harmful, and it is bioidentical. So to some extent, it will help you regulate the emotions.
Okay.
So, in case a member is struggling to balance her emotions, after undergoing all the process and making a practical 12 powerful sutras, implementation and changes, I will recommend a hormone replacement therapy. It's still not come into India. Some doctors in Bombay are practicing, in Bangalore, a couple of them. We have a database of their, so we do recommend.
So in consultation with the doctor, they will go in for
It,
this
the prescription is given by the doctor. The dosage is discussed with the doctor. And since it's not practiced by everybody, by all the gynecologists. So we have a panel. We take their help and help community members.
I think that's very important because, from what I have understood, what I've read, because of the misconception, there was hormone therapy practiced earlier. There used to be given, but then from what I've understood, one generation lost it because of a lot of misconceptions that it can have side effects, that it will give breast cancer.
Breast
Of course,
cancer.
there are issues. I'm not saying there is not, but we should definitely do all of these things only in consultation with doctor.
Yes.
But if need be, I think women should go for it. Is what you're saying after
Yes.
trying all of
Yes.
these.
So if you have to undergo, if I have to recommend HRT for anybody, rule out gut issues, rule out any kind of vitamin deficiencies like D and B12, all of those. Then rule out inflammation in the body. Then your sugar levels, if you're thyroid. So ensure that these are all taken care of. You're already having a good system in place. HRT is going to work wonders. But if I'm already battling with a lot of these things, then it'll backfire.
I think one is hormones and the other one is your mental. Like you
Yeah.
said, the brain, which is kind of, fatigued and that thing. So, you are also funding a lot of women's health projects and even children, you're doing all of those things, right?
yes,
So what is that calling? Like, what is it that you do there?
So every lady who jumps into the community, we do rural education wherein we give them food and which I don't talk in the public. So I am connected to Rishi Valley. So rural education for the children there. Then we also plant one tree for one member. So these are the two things which I am very, very close to my heart, and I do this quietly side it is done. So education of the children and planting a tree is happening simultaneously for every member who steps into the community.
That's very nice. So if you had to give one message to healthcare industry, which is dealing with perimenopause and menopause women, what is it that you would want to tell them?
Controversial question.
Should take one controversial question, definitely.
See in the West, right? Oh, menopause HRT lena hai. It is like menopause means HRT. They don't even blindly go ahead and take. See, it is like the pharma is like pushing.
Yeah.
Here, allow women to explore and come. See, we don't want us. We should not suffer because of menopause. Create awareness. Become responsible for this particular stage of women's life. Give them all the benefits. Educate the partner. And then you'll be complementing her life. See, pharma, health industry is very important. Support the doctor is very essential and important. But don't push and make it, don't scare us with medication. That's the last thing which every lady thinks is, I don't want to visit the hospital. I don't want to be in the hospital bed at the age of 70, 75. So allow us to explore this, make some structural changes to our health. Take care.
That's very nice. So, one message if you have to give, I have two questions. One is I want a message to the women, one men who are looking at the women. It could be father, it could be husband, it could be brother, anybody, son, anyone for that matter. And one to generally women around that woman, that one woman. One to the specific woman, and then the men, and then the woman who is surrounding the other woman.
For women to women, don't make the mistake I made, which is brushed aside when mom was telling, I don't feel good. I feel tired. This is paining. No, you're not losing weight. No, you're not doing exercise. This is what happens in menopause. We brushed aside. And we lost her at a very young age, at 69. Let's not make that mistake. If you see any lady complaining about the symptoms which we discussed, I think be empathetic towards her. Tell her that, yes, we are there to help you, and give her some leverage. Okay, today you're not in good mood, allow her to be there. The day she's low, go and support her. Let's go out. Maybe a cup of coffee can make a difference at that point of time. And parallelly educating yourself will go a long way. That's one nice thing I want to tell all the ladies, because see, the daughter, the grandmother, both age groups can help her.
Correct. Very true.
Right? So a little education. And I must thank my daughter, she's, oh my mom, literally seen you transform. Because when I was handling my son, I was very different, unaware about menopause. I handled my son very. When came to daughter, I became more wiser, and I think she's in a better place now because I handled myself the situation in a different
What
way.
about the men? What would you want to
Yeah,
tell
for
them?
men, I think you have to come out and let her know that she is no more a wife, she's no more a daughter or mother. Enough of those roles. She needs a different identity. Don't expect her to be in the kitchen and cook. Don't expect her to be there for all of y'all. Give her the liberty and the freedom to, okay, explore, go. Because things are not supporting her. And how can you do that? Stepping in. Whether you want to support your mom, you want to support your wife, or you want to support your daughter, please step in and give her the privilege to. It's okay if you don't wake up today. It's okay if you don't cook. It's okay you want to take a break from work. Give her that. And when you do this, you're just being there to support her. You have understood menopause. I can the one
Yeah, I
sentence.
think
Yeah.
that is the best
Yes.
thing. So my last question is, today, whoever is watching this episode, if they have to start, I'm going to start today. What is it that you would give them? Some tips that, for women who are in their perimenopause or, menopause stage, that yes, today I have to start this. And what are these things?
Rather than tips, because menopause is like not it should kiss there then.
Hmm.
Invest in a good program. Have a good coach who can guide you. Uh, because awareness and learning about it is half the challenge taken care of. So a 90-minute webinar, a free 90-minute webinar will be a game changer to start off, because you understand what is happening inside you. You'll understand which stage of menopause you are, because every time you'll see people, menopause dur ki baat hai, attitude will go away and you'll become an action taker. And the other thing is, I think starting to drop boundaries, like have some rituals, non-negotiables, like exercise or food, sleep, having friends, picking up a hobby. These few things will help a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really fantastic, Geetha. I think, we've covered most of it, and I'm
Yes.
so happy. And I think first I will become the, one member in your Confident Queen Club for sure, because I'm in that phase where, I really think coaching is needed and some kind of guidance is needed to reach to that being that confident. So, because overtly we may look very confident, but inward, there might be a lot of questions that needs answers. And I'm sure today even our viewers have got a wonderful different perspective altogether on how to deal with menopause and perimenopause stage, because all of us talk about symptoms, all of us talk about, okay, I'm going through this, my hair is falling, I'm not losing weight, I'm not getting sleep. All of these are symptoms, but what's actually happening inside, especially your brain, the connection that, what you made was like really amazing. Your emotions and your brain, that connection is something which we really need to look at this age. Thank you very, very much for coming on my show. It was wonderful speaking to you.
Thank you, Chetana. Thank you so much. I think you've taken a very bold step, because this topic is not.
Yes.
Nobody wants to talk about this,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
And when you told, hey, Geetha, can we do a session? I was like, hey, bang on.
Yeah.
And to all the viewers, don't ignore and neglect, because 1/3 of your life is going to go waste. So jump in, take action. Be proud that you're entering into a very beautiful phase. Bindas to banna chahiye aapko.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you. Yeah, I know. So this was the end of one of the series of her new season. So I'm sure your new season is going to be wonderful with all the inputs that you're going to get in this season, in this series on perimenopause and menopause. ನನ್ನ ಖಾಸ್ ಬಾತ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್. ನನ್ನ ಖಾಸ್ ಬಾತ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನನ್ನ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಖಾಸ್ ಬಾತ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಕಿವಿಯಾಗಲು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಖಾಸ್ ಬಾತ್ ವಿತ್ ಚೇತನಾ ಬೆಳಗೆರೆ. for more such series, for more such discussions, a series on several other things, not just perimenopause and menopause, please do watch Khaas Baat with Chetana Belagere. If you have liked today's episode, kindly comment and like my episode. And if you want to hear many such stories, many such discussions, do subscribe to Khaas Baat with Chetana Belagere. Thank you.